Season 2 of Juice is the New Tea is here, and we are going even deeper. This season, we're exploring the rituals, conversations, and experiences that help us live more aligned, energized, and intentional lives. From wellness and alternative healing to spirituality, entrepreneurship, relationships, and personal growth, each episode is a chance to sip on something that nourishes the mind, body, and spirit. Join me as I sit down with inspiring guests, healers, creators, athletes, and thought leaders who are sharing the practices and perspectives that shape the way they live, love, and show up in the world. So, grab your favorite cleansed juice, settle in, and let's get the conversation flowing. Welcome to Season 2 of Juice is the New Tea. Are we rolling? Can you hear me perfectly in the microphone? Divine day of the feminine goddess. Amen. I missed having a microphone. Okay, I'm ready. Hello, my beautiful angels. Welcome back to Season 2 of Juice is the New Tea. I am your host, Eleni Simos, also known as the Clean Eating Chick, and I am so excited, beyond grateful to be back for another season of all things juicy, all things wellness, mindfulness, magic, and more. We are so back, baby. And we have a brand new season lined up with all new, brand new, exciting guests. And I'm personally just so thrilled to be back in the creative space doing what I love. And a special shout out to QG Floral, who provided this gorgeous flower arrangement for us for the show, for the season premiere, our brand new studio space too. QG Floral is a luxury florist in New York with over 50 years of experience. They even provided us, like I said, a beautiful special discount code. You can use the code CLEANBLOOM for 10% off all website orders over $125. So make sure to gift yourself or your loved ones a beautiful arrangement by QG Florals. Honestly, it feels like we just wrapped season 1, and I cannot believe that it has been a year since I first brought this show to life. Since we last spoke, I gave myself a much needed break. Instead of forcing myself to produce, to share, I spent the last few months tending to my own inner world, which, trust me, for someone like myself and most of us out there, prioritizing rest over productivity can be a serious challenge, but it's totally necessary. I created a lot in 2025 that left me feeling energized and super proud, but I needed to balance the giving with allowing myself to receive. I think that's a really important balance that I constantly strive for. I think it's also essential for creatives and entrepreneurs to give themselves breaks and rest. And I don't mean endlessly scrolling on your phone or rotting on your couch. I mean deep, intentional, emotional, and physical mental rest. That's sleeping. That's prioritizing healing modalities like getting a massage, some acupuncture, cupping, meditating, journaling, taking a walk silently, eliminating distractions, learning, unlearning, listening, grounding, allowing yourself to become a student again, allowing yourself to play, allowing yourself to receive. Because truthfully, rest is receptivity. And it's in this stillness that we can allow for new thoughts, new inspirations, and new ideas to come through. It's in this stillness that we open ourselves up to hear the answers to questions we might not even be aware that we're asking. It's in the stillness that we can receive guidance on the next steps, the next project we want to bring to life. If we're constantly going, we don't allow ourselves the space to just be. We are human beings, after all, not human doings. So once I wrapped season 1, I knew I needed a little reset. I was going through some things personally, some friendship breakups, a personal, professional shakeup that I knew I didn't just want to call my power back energetically. I needed to physically call my power back. So I did what most people are scared to do. I low-key disappeared for like the better half of last year. I removed pressure or constructs around the idea of needing to share, needing to create, and needing to be out there, needing to say yes to anything and everything that came my way. And instead I said no to ultimately say yes to myself. Especially over the summer, which traditionally can be a time of activation and high energy, I felt called to slow down and to go within. Instead of exerting a lot of my energy outward, whether attending social events or sharing a lot on social, I instead retreated into my own little world, spent time at home, honoring my new space, cultivating a new space, and becoming a student again. I allowed my cup to be filled by other teachers. I attended workshops, sound healing meditations led by other practitioners. I asked questions. I studied. I reread old books that I loved. I became a student, and that felt so humbling and delicious to be held in that way. So, in this episode of Juices and New Tea, we're going to get into a little bit more of how to align yourself with the seasons of nature, particularly the Zodiac season. So, about 3 years ago, I made the intention of aligning myself, my schedule, and my lifestyle to complement the seasons we get to experience here in New York City, particularly to the traditional astrological zodiac seasons. So hear me out. If you know me, you know I love astrology, numerology, and I have a deep respect for the cycles of nature that we get to experience. And I work with the moon energy, eclipse energy, and I stay privy to what moon cycle we're in. Call me crazy. But I like to stay in the know of what's happening with the planets and how it's affecting myself and other people on a collective, more spiritual level. I practice astrology in my day-to-day, and it's something that I love researching about and reading and embodying. I'm not an expert, but the concept of zodiac syncing is something I personally think will help to our creative nature. And I believe that every season serves a purpose, not just for Mother Nature, but for us human beings. We are undoubtedly affected by the energy of the earth, the moon, the stars, the planets. And if you believe that everything is energy, then you might want to consider zodiac syncing. For example, we are not meant to bloom and blossom all year long. So neither does nature, so why do we expect ourselves to? Think of it cycle syncing as the same way women sync their menstrual cycles to particular workouts and nutrition that will support them where they're at. So on a larger scale, I think if we apply the same concept to our lives as a whole, we would have a much more productive and balanced approach to life. So think about it. Some months you feel unstoppable, ready to start fresh, while other months you crave rest and reflection. That's not random. It's actually the rhythm of nature and even the seasons of the zodiac. The planetary activity does influence us. So instead of pushing the same way all year round, align with the zodiac season that helps you work in harmony with shifting the energies. The natural cycles of nature, initiation like Aries, building like a Taurus, or networking like a Gemini, and so on. This flow supports productivity without burnout and allows you to embody something we all strive for, a little thing I like to call balance. So why could it be beneficial to align ourselves with the zodiac season? Well, it increases our connection to nature. Just like the moon affects the ocean tides and seasonal energies affect our moods and motivations, each zodiac brings a unique energy that can be applied to our work, our habits, and our creativity. So instead of forcing productivity 24/7, you create waves of initiation, building, reflecting, and resting, which is a great way to increase our energy flow, tap into our ultimate creative potential, and honoring rest to avoid burnout. This concept of zodiac syncing helps to align our schedules with these energies to promote stability in our lives, balance in our health, our relationships, and our relationship to our work and our creativity. Of course, I get it. This concept could be considered a luxury, and you would have to fine-tune this approach to suit your particular needs. But the intention of this show, of anything that I share, is to simply plant little seeds of awareness that could lead to a shift in perspective and ultimately a shift in your own practice. So whether that's personal grounding techniques, working with a past life regression therapist like Janet Namaste, or doing an intensive cord cutting ceremony, these are just some of my own personal practices that I do and that I've shared last season on Juices the New Tea. So let's walk ourselves through the astrological year, shall we? Starting with the first sign of the zodiac, also known as the babies of the zodiac, our beloved Aries. Shout out to the Aries that you have in your life. Aries being the first sign of the energetic new year right after the spring equinox, with Aries season being March 21st to April 19th. This time of year is perfect for new beginnings. This is the time of year where starting bold projects can be highly supported by the universe. Hence, why I chose to kick off both Season 1 and Season 2 of Juices the New Tea around this time of year. Energetically, I wanted this new project to be on the cusp of a new astrological new year. Plus, spring is a beautiful time of growth, renewal, where the seeds we planted over the winter, the projects we were quietly tending to, are ready to be birthed. The theme for Aries season, March 21st to April 19th, is action, courage, taking risks. This is the best time to set goals, embrace sprints, and focus on momentum. Think forward action and applying that energy to personal and professional goals. And then we have Taurus season, April 20th to May 20th. Shout out to my Taurus men and my Taurus women. I love you all. You guys are the bull, okay? Slow, steady, just slightly stubborn, yet intentional. So it's a great time to ground. It's time to establish routines, focus on your money, honey, your self-care, eating delicious foods, because Taurus love that luxury. This is also a really supportive time to be social, to put yourself first, to be lighthearted but firm in your focus, your movement, and your overall ability to take action. Taurus season is best for building and reestablishing your relationship to consistency, creating structures in your routine, and also cultivating patience. You'll notice around this time of year, where I'm at in New York City, this is when the weather really starts to get warm, and we've just come out of that winter hibernation. So we are ready, honey. We are ready for action. We're ready for love. We're ready for bold movement. So after Taurus season, then we find ourselves prepping for summer. We're in full-fledged summer mode. So we got our wildly unpredictable Gemini energy coming up. Shout out to my Geminis. I love you guys, my air signs. Gemini season is the best time for communication. It is a time to pitch, to network, to write, to collaborate. It's the best time to brainstorm ideas with your community. The weather is getting warmer. Our brains, our ideas are becoming more activated as we approach the summer solstice. We are ready to collaborate in Gemini season. We are ready to market our ideas, and we are ready to talk it out. But after the beautiful chaotic energy of Gemini, we might feel the need for a gentle pause, a call to nurture, to go within, to be in our space, because then we find ourselves in Cancer season. Cancer energy is known as the mother of the zodiac. It's very nurturing, calming, intuitive, and heightened emotionally. Trust me, I'm a Cancer moon and a Cancer rising, and it is intense. We welcome Cancer season at the summer solstice, which is June 21st to July 22nd. This is a time to do the emotional work. Cancers are a water sign, and water is tied to our emotions. So this is the perfect time to journal, to organize your home, to make it feel like a safe, sacred, and cozy space for you. It's a great time to nurture your relationships, but most importantly, to nurture the relationship you have with yourself. The more you nurture the relationship you have with yourself, the more you can be present and hold space for those around you. So after we rest and recenter in Cancer season, we welcome the fiery, passionate energy of Leo season from July 23rd to August 22nd, which can be a very activating and adventurous month. Leo themes are about creativity and visibility. So this is the time, Leo season is the time where you show off. It's a great time to launch your projects, to work with the activating energy to promote those projects to the fullest. Leo season is the season to be seen. Leos are ruled by the heart, and they're also ruled by the sun. So it can be a really good time to focus on inviting more love into your life, more love into your closest relationships. It's a good time to lead with the heart. So Leo season, also another good time to showcase your creative projects, host or attend some social events, lean into the more passion-driven work. And then after we wrap the fiery Leo season, we bring it back to the basics. With one of my favorite earth signs, we welcome in Virgo season, August 23rd to September 22nd, which begins the slow shift from summer to fall. Virgo season is one of my personal favorites. It's a time to refine, to revisit, a time to purge and organize. You'll notice that around this time, you'll want to start getting into routine. So that could be very detailed. You might find that when September kicks off, you have this instant inclination to purge your closet, to deep clean your home, to lock in more on your goals. And that's not a coincidence. That's that shift from summer to fall, especially locking in on your health goals since Virgos rule the digestive system. Virgo season is an excellent time to fast or try a juice cleanse. September ends up being one of the busiest months for my juice cleanse company, Cleansed, because everybody wants to recommit to their goals as it lands in the last quarter of the year. And then after we have Virgo season, we have Libra season, honey. Libra season kicks off September 23rd to October 22nd, and it is arguably my favorite season because it is my season. So you might notice that during your astrological zodiac season is when you feel more lit up. That's not necessarily groundbreaking because it is a time of celebration for you, but it's a time of reflection as you welcome in a new year. But Libra season as a whole is an excellent time to focus on bringing balance into your life. So around the season of October, Libra season focuses on our partnerships, our collaborations, and overall the harmony that is or might not be in our lives. Libra is also ruled by Venus, the planet of love. So that's why your relationships tend to be at the forefront of this time. Or we might feel like a little social butterfly during this time. Libra season is a good time to pour more love into your day-to-day, to romanticize your life, to take yourself out on a date, to get dressed up for no reason because us Libras, we love luxury, honey. And maybe it's a time to be a little extra whimsical. So then once we wrap up the harmonious and loving season of Libra energy, we tune into the energy of another powerfully intense water sign, Scorpio. Scorpio season is October 23rd to November 21st. Shout out to the Scorpios in your life. Scorpio's main themes are depth, focus, research, transformation, and strategy. So Scorpio season is actually a really good time to study, to hone in on your craft, and to do a deep dive on a topic or an idea that you have been wanting to learn a little bit more about or to work on. It's around this time of year where we tend to want to eliminate distractions and really lock in. Again, Scorpio is a water sign, so we might feel more tuned into our emotions, maybe wanting to spend a little bit more time in like a sacred solitude by ourselves, begin to prep for the colder months ahead. This is when we start to shift from fall into winter. And then after we wrap up Scorpio season, we ride into Sag season, Sagittarius, our rebellious, free-spirited little fire sign, from November 22nd to December 21st. Traditionally, this is a time of expansion, of travel, of setting visionary goals for ourselves. This is a perfect time for some self-examination and to cultivate a meditation practice. This is a great time to get to the heart of what it is that you want to put out in this month. After we leave the fun and fluid energy of Sag season, we then enter another grounded earth sign, Capricorn season. If you know a Capricorn in your life, you know they are about their money. They do not play. This is the season of structure and discipline, and this runs from December 22nd to January 19th. So this is a really good time to lock into your discipline, to channel your ambition for long-term planning for both personal and professional career moves. Fixating on work and achievement though limits our understanding of what this season is actually all about. Not every Capricorn is a traditionalist or an aspiring CEO, and the season doesn't have to be all work and no play. It's actually believed that Capricorn is the most spiritual sign of the zodiac. Yes, Capricorn is motivated by a desire for tangible, real-world success, but success can virtually mean anything. It doesn't have to be about making money. In other words, there is space for fun too in Capricorn season. Because Capricorn has a very sensual, lustful side and is hungry for pleasure and power. So it's an energy that deeply attuned to is the imagination of the body's desires. Capricorn's discipline and tenacity can help the wildest, most beautiful ideas take shape and become very real. This is a solid time to dream. After we wrap up Capricorn season, we then enter in Aquarius season, which is a season of innovation from January 20th to February 18th. We might be a little bit more focused on building community around this time, perhaps tuning into the needs of others, researching different ideas that might be on the back burner. During Aquarius season, you might feel more inclined to journal, to set intentions that are aligned with your truth, your self-expression, innovation, and forward thinking. Those are the main themes of Aquarius season. So this might be a good time, I know I do this little personal practice, to write a letter to your future self, focusing on the things that you wish to manifest, whether that's in your personal life, your career, anything that you want to build in your community. I recommend Aquarius season for that little practice. And then lastly, we have Pisces season, which is February 19th to March 20th, which is a really good time to prioritize some dream work. This is when you tap into your spirituality. You can create and cultivate, strengthen your spiritual practice. And during this time, you might want to move a little bit slower, a bit more softer. As Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, you might notice around this time, certain cycles are coming to completion as we begin to prep for spring, which is the astrological new year. Pisces season can be a time to launch and is a time for new beginnings as we are exiting winter. So, a time of rest and reflection, and we might find ourselves feeling ready to pursue, ready to launch, ready to take that leap of faith just before Aries season. A little fun fact: all of my businesses, The Clean Eating Chick, Cleansed, and Now Juices the New Tea, were all born in Pisces season. So, now we're going to get into a little bit on how these ideologies can be applied practically. So I love a good monthly planning ritual. I am very intentional when it comes to the things that I launch, the things that I create, and how I spend my time. So some of you already know, and who follow me on Instagram, know that at the start of each month, I blow cinnamon into the doorway of my home. My bedroom, don't laugh. Are you laughing at me, Christopher? The Taurus over here. I blow cinnamon into my doorway. Yes, I do. It's good. It's good for prosperity. And it's just nice to set a little intention. I'm going to blow some cinnamon into the studio now that I actually think about it. I got to do that. Let's do it for prosperity and abundance. Yeah, it's just nice. Like, I love these little practices that I get to do. Just blow a little cinnamon into the doorway. And as you're blowing in the cinnamon, just think about like love, prosperity, adventure, anything that you want to kind of call into your space. I like to do it at the doorway of my home, the doorway of my bedroom, and the doorway of my office. So that's a little tidbit for you. And just like a little spiritual practice that I like to incorporate. But along with that, at the start of each zodiac season, I reflect on the zodiac themes that I just shared with you. And I set 2 to 3 intentions for my personal habits or my professional goals or fitness or health related goals. And this is the most important part. I write them all down. That is where the real magic lies. It is taking pen to paper and writing your goals and your intentions in your own handwriting. Seeing your own words reflected back to you. That's why they call it spelling, baby. Okay, you're casting spells for yourself, for your future. So to zodiac sync for entrepreneurs, especially, having to stay dedicated and disciplined to your own schedule can be really hard. But it's really important to plan launches, work in season, like work in tandem with the seasons and plan launches around Leo season, refine your craft around Virgo season, expand your mission and your voice during Sagittarius season, and then to take the necessary time to rest and reflect on what's working or not working during Pisces season. And for your personal workflow, you'll notice that your natural energy shifts and builds flexibility into your calendar, keeping the themes of each zodiac where you're at the seasons at the top of your mind. I love to write things out. I think that's the most important, powerful way to set an intention and to set realistic timelines and deadlines for yourself to accomplish these goals. And keep that list in a place where you'll see it frequently. Again, like I could maybe keep it in my kitchen, on my refrigerator door, or just some place, maybe in your wallet. If it's not something that you're going to see, just something where that energy, that intention is just being carried around with you wherever you go. And also keeping in mind, like I said, I think several times, to really prioritize rest and reflection during the slower winter months. For someone like myself who was for a really long time a restophobia, it was so hard for me to give myself the space to just be. I constantly attributed my output and what I was doing and creating and sharing with my worth or like what I was doing, or I could always be doing so much more. And actually, in the months that I slowed down and I just let myself be and chill, it gave me the energy I needed for now what's about to be a very busy season. So don't neglect the rest, fam, okay? Please. So with that, I encourage you to track your own rhythms this upcoming year. A lot of people celebrate. We have a new calendar year in January. We have the lunar new year in February. But the astrological or the energetic new year is around the spring equinox. So track your own rhythm this year and think of it as working with the current instead of against it. Maybe that's creating a zodiac aligned journal, outlining your own personal and professional goals, or just setting certain intentions around the themes of the season as a way to welcome in more ease, more intention, and more abundance into your life. So with that, I hope this guide to working with each zodiac sign helps you see astrology and the seasons in a fresh, more empowering way. Remember, the zodiac isn't about putting you in a box. It's more so about giving you tools, energy, and insights to align with your highest self, ultimately your highest potential. So whether that's harnessing Aries' boldness, Virgo's discipline, or Cancer's intuition, each zodiac has something unique to offer you, if you're willing to tune into it. Again, thank you so much for listening and sharing your energy with me today. I'm so excited to be back for another incredible season of Juice is the New Tea. Stay tuned for all that's to come. And again, a special thanks to QG Floral for gifting us this beautiful arrangement. If this episode resonated with you, make sure to follow our show, Juice is the New Tea, on Instagram. Subscribe and leave a review. It helps the show grow and keeps the magic flowing. See you next week for another episode. Until then, all my love. QG Flora is a luxury florist in New York with over 50 years of experience. They even provided us a special discount code you can use, the code CLEANBLOOM, for 10% off website orders over $125. So gift yourselves or your loved ones a beautiful arrangement. Juice is the New Tea is brought to you by Cleanse Juices. For more information on 3-day juice cleanses and 4 flavor packs, visit iamcleanse.com. Use code JUICEISTheNewTea for 10% off all orders.